This is Ageless Grace. Welcome to class. And we are being recorded. We are also on the Get Set Up live stream. So if anyone is watching there, welcome. And please come into the class. Don't just stand outside and look through the window. When you get a chance, sign up and be part of our dance party, our movement party here. All right. So I'm coming to you from Santa Fe, New Mexico. I have loved to move and dance and play my whole life. The earlier part of my life was very sedentary and serious. I was working as an accountant, and for somebody who loves to dance, that was like, how far away could I get from who I really am? But fortunately, through a lot of life journey, it's come back full circle, and now I get to share my love of play and movement with you. And this is just a funny story. I had always been the one at a party where we were playing rock and roll, and I'd be like playing my air guitar or my other imaginary instruments. And somebody explained to me that in Ageless Grace, we actually do that together. We play imaginary instruments. This is one of the many things we might do in a class. I said, okay, that sounds cool. I'm gonna have to try that out. And I came to someone else's class, loved it, decided to get the training. So here I am, an Ageless Grace. What is it? It's a beautiful name. I don't know if people always really understand what it is from the name, but what it is 21 different ways of movement patterns that are related to things that we do in everyday life that also help with the brain. So that's why I like to call it brain health, fitness, fun, because I think that's a really good description of what it is. So these movements, what they have found is that one of the best ways to improve, restore, maintain our brain functioning as we get older, surprise, yeah, crossword puzzles, learning a new language, brushing your teeth with your right hand, that's all very good. But when actually brushing your teeth with your opposite, your non-dominant hand, which could be left or right, one of the reasons things like that work is because you're making the brain go down an unfamiliar pathway. It's not used to doing that, and it has to work a little harder to develop itself. So that's the premise behind Ageless Grace. It's actually been developed with research. It's a whole system. Somebody asked me in a class once if I could give the 21 tools and give the whole thing. And it was like, if you want that, go to the Ageless Grace website or do the training. But we get to enjoy it and experience it in our class here today. So in any given class, I can only do, depends on the length of the songs, because we do it to music, which also really enriches the whole thing. So given the time of the class, we can usually do 7 or 8, but it's plenty to really exercise the body and the brain. We also use creativity and imagination, and this is another function of the brain that we want to keep lively and activated. So that's the idea behind Ageless Grace, and it's been taught. I think there's 2,500 Ageless Grace educators around the world. Hello. And so it's a thing, and you might not have heard of it. It's mostly in the past, it was mostly taught in senior centers and nursing homes and places like that. But it helps whatever level you're at. So if you're living on your own, you've got pretty healthy brain function, it's going to improve you from there. Somebody else who's having memory loss or things like that, it will help them also. So yeah. So Michael has just put a message in the chat. Michael is our teaching assistant, and he can help you with Zoom. He's also put the email contact where you can email for any kind of help with the Get Set Up. But he's right here. So the fastest way to reach him would be type a message into the chat. This class is being recorded. You can get the recording. You do have to request it. And that email address for getting the recording was just posted in the chat by Michael. So it's help@getsetup.io. All right. So let me tell you a little bit more, just introduce what we're going to actually do, and then we're going to have some fun. We're going to get moving. So we'll do different movements. I'll introduce the movement, then I'll put on the music, and then just follow what I'm doing. And of course, modify it for your level of flexibility and fitness. We stay in the chair by design because moving in a chair is unfamiliar. Usually what do you do in a chair? You just sit there, maybe you read, you stare at a screen, maybe you sit back and relax. But exercising in a chair already makes the body move in different ways than we're used to. It's actually a great core workout, this Ageless Grace, because you have to use your abdominal muscles, your core muscles, to move everything else. You can't really rely on your leg strength here. So, so we move in a chair, and if you really you're like, I'm sick of sitting, I really need to stand up and move, you're at home. You can do that, of course. But just so you know, there's a reason why we do it in a chair. So, and we'll do it, usually one of the Ageless Grace tools that I have in a class, and every class is a little different because I play different music, I play the tools in a different order. But generally, I'll do a dance party for one of the songs. And that's where, if you are up to it, get up and dance and move around, get out of that chair. So, a couple things about moving from a chair. You want to have a chair that is supportive, but not too soft that you really have to work hard to sit up in it. You want some support. And you want to sit in the middle of the chair, not all the way back, because then the back of the chair is going to interfere with your movement, and not too far forward that you feel like a little tipsy or insecure in the chair. A couple of other things, let me just show you. So I'm going to back up so you can see more of my body. Okay, so in the chair, right, I'm sitting about midway, not all the way back and not all the way forward. And you can, when we do things side to side or like that, you can always hold on to the chair if you'd like. And if we're doing a stretch, sometimes we might do that. That's really helpful, I find. Just hold on. You don't have to, of course. What else? And then just sometimes you might see me put 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. So you can see that. Can't see it that well. Back, yeah. So I'm leaning on this leg for balance and coming up, and then I might switch. Sometimes we go side to side. So that's basically it. And hopefully you would do this if you were in a workout class at the gym or your local community center, where you take a break if you need to, you drink water. We always have a little break between songs. And I think that's about it. And just, I think you all know, but just to say, because we've had some, what they call Zoom bombers, people getting on some of the Zoom classes, some of the Get Set Up classes and being disruptive. We're having a little more security, and this whole waiting room process has got a little bit more steps in it. So for general, not just this class, set your intention to be in class. You can open up the link a few minutes before, but try and be in at the hour or no more than 5 minutes after, because then we're basically blocking people. They can get in again, but you have to take an extra step to get in. So it's just easier if you can set it up and set your intention to be on time. All right, enough said. Let's do some Ageless Grace here. All right, so I put together these playlists, which was actually turning out to be, which I've always enjoyed, putting together a bunch of music. Actually really haven't done this in a long time, but it's coming back to me. I'm having a lot of fun with that. And so sometimes I have themes, and I was like, what's the theme of this one? And I think it's about passion. So love, feeling, aliveness. So here we go. First one we're going to do, what did I say? Yeah, spaghetti spine. So that's an Ageless Grace tool, and it's pretty descriptive, right? Spaghetti, it's kind of undulating, twisty. So we're going to do front and back movements where we kind of curve the spine forward and back. We do round like that. We might even do a figure 8 or a side to side. So we're moving, our focus here is on different ways to move the spine to open everything up. And we're also moving the things that are attached to the spine, like our neck and our low back, hips, and pelvis. So that's it. And one of the things in Ageless Grace is about playfulness and creativity. It's like remembering the part of us that is still a kid. And that actually, believe it or not, also helps your brain, plus it's fun. And so if you feel like you want to improvise a little bit on what I'm doing or add on to it, go right ahead. All right. I'm gonna, oops, I have to share the sound. Hold on. If I don't share the sound, you won't hear it, and that's not nice. Okay, share screen. Bounce, sound. Okay, here we go. Spotify, here we go. Spaghetti spine. All right, that's better. Sad song. Sorry. Into our lower spine, low back. right.
For all those times you stood.
All right, so that was spaghetti spine. And just wanted to say, the reason I say the name of the tool beforehand is to introduce it to you. The reason I repeat it afterwards, if you're like, oh, that was fun, I like that, make a note and you can do spaghetti spine. You can do your own mini or full, if you want, Ageless Grace class by putting on your own favorite music and doing some spine movements. So if you do 1, 2, or 3 songs, it's about 10 minutes. And that's great if you want to do that daily or every now and then. So you don't just have to do Ageless Grace in class. And as I'm sure you know, from any kind of skill or any kind of thing we do to improve ourselves, the more we do it, the more benefit we get. But you don't have to do an hour workout. Plus, it's just, that was a sad song. I try not to have songs with a lot of negative words in them, which sometimes I just like the song, but it's like most of the passion playlist here is a lot, it's different. Like, I don't want to perpetuate the idea that love is all sadness and big drama, but anyway, and passion is more than just romantic love. But here you go. Let's move on to our next tool. And we're going to do Tai Chi with that. I don't know if you can see me large. I'm minimized here. So Tai Chi sounds like Tai Chi, right? Which is that kind of dancing, like flowing movement. Of course, Tai Chi is done standing and you do it moving your feet some. We're doing it sitting, but we're doing kind of slow with breath. We might be doing movements that come from nature because that's what you do in Tai Chi. So you might do like they do cloud hands where the hands are moving through the clouds. We might be doing something like bringing energy up from the earth through our bodies, up and letting it go. So just following along with Tai Chi. And here we go. And just some people that were admitted late, just try and come on time or within the first 5 minutes. Otherwise, you may have a delay in getting into the class. Just this is something new. So, all right, let's carry on.
Saw me through it all. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me, lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believe I'm everything I am because you loved me.
Let's sweep our hands like the wind.
You gave me wings and made me fly. You touched my hand, I could touch the sky. I lost my faith,
Touch the
you gave it back
sky.
to me. You said no star was out of reach. You stood by me.
Bring the sunlight
and
down.
I had your love, I had it all. I'm grateful for each day you gave me. Maybe I
Thank
don't
you.
know that much, but I know this much is true. I was blessed because I was loved by you. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my strength. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me, lifted me
Take in the love.
Realize you were true. My world is a better place because of you. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my strength. Voice when I couldn't speak. When I couldn't speak. You saw the best there was in me. Give me
Step forward.
I'm everything I am
Because you love
me.
this leg. Dive down. Let your fingers.
Love me. Oh, I'm everything I am.
Let your leg.
Because you loved me.
Ah. All right. That was Try Chi. All right, we are on to our next one. This is called Breathe Out Loud. So what does that mean exactly? So it's making sound with your breath. This deepens your breath. And I don't know if you know this, but like breathing is a really good way to release feelings or anything that's kind of like stuck or tension or negativity, anything like that. And sometimes we do that just with our voice, like talking about it, right? So that's a form of breathing out loud. We can sing. We can also make other sounds. And some people feel weird and self-conscious about that. And hopefully I will inspire you because I don't. I got over that a long time ago. And I kind of like it because it makes me feel better. And I don't really care what people think. I mean, I'm not going to go into a quiet church and start screaming. Of course, it's appropriate, but it's like just an invitation to let go, use your voice, use your breath, use your sound. And this is a fun song that you might want to sing along with. So the words are pretty easy to follow and to hear, but it's, I won't repeat them, but this is called Truly, Madly, Deeply. So it's a love song. And, you know, the chorus is, I want to stand with you on the mountain. So any part of it that you want to sing along with or hum along, you don't have to use the words. If you want to, you can follow my movements and whatever the song inspires you to, but this is Breathe Out Loud. You're all on mute. So if you like singing along, and even if you feel like you don't have a good singing voice, doesn't matter here, right? It's one of the cool things about Zoom. All right, let's do some Breathe Out Loud. And here we go.
Living a deeper meaning, yeah. Well, I wanna stand with you on a mountain. I wanna bathe with you in the sea. I wanna lay like this forever until the sky falls down over me.
Breath and let it out sound.
And make you want to cry. Joy for all the pleasure and the certainty that we're surrounded by the comfort bathe with you in the sea. I wanna lay like this forever until the sky falls down on me. Oh, can you see it, baby? Don't
Let it go.
just standing right before you. All that you need will surely come. I'll be your dream, I'll be your wish, I'll be your fantasy. I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, be everything that you need. I'll love you more with every breath, truly, madly, deeply do. I wanna stand with you on a mountain. I wanna bathe with you in the sea. I wanna lay like this forever until the sky falls down on me. Well, I wanna stand with you on a mountain. I wanna bathe with you in the sea. Well, I want to live like this forever until the sky falls down on me.
Right. Okay, so we're going to do, so that was breathe out loud. Hope you got some breath and some sound. Hope you let go of some of your, that voice that says this is weird or don't do this or don't make sounds, which a lot of us heard growing up and we were silenced in school. And what that means is like we stuffed a lot of stuff down. So that's the beauty of breathe out loud. And on mute, who cares? You can make any sound you want. So we're going to do the music here's a little faster. We're going to do a Ageless Grace tool now called Dive In. And it's pretty descriptive. So we'll do some diving movements. And even if you're not a swimmer, no problem, because this isn't real water, it's just imaginary. Some diving, sometimes people do a racer dive, which is flatter, where you come down like that. And I'll lead you also in some swim strokes. So we have the crawl, and of course you do it in the water, you're also kicking your feet, but it's pretty hard to kick your feet and move your upper body and stay in your chair. We might do the crawl, we might do the breaststroke, and that one, when you're doing it in the water, there's like a kick and the legs open. So if you can manage both, you can do that. Sometimes I kick back and do a little backstroke. Like imagine you're on your back floating in the water and you're just kind of paddling along. Sometimes I do a dog paddle, like, if you've seen a dog in the water, they just, they don't know swim strokes. They're just like splashing around. Sometimes I splash you. And if I do that, splash me back. Okay. All right, let's do some dive in. And dive in, it's aerobic, but it's also upper body. So each of these things has a particular focus. little side stroke. Back a little, slow. Slow for a minute. All right, let's do some more diving. That's some breaststroke. Move through the water. Small. A little breather before. All right, wake up. Butterfly. All right, let's do a little more side stroke. Just keep moving here in your own slow, watery way. All right, that was dive in. And you know, like we do get our heart rate up in this, even though this is not trying to like get to a certain heart rate level. So if you want to keep it going, keep moving in between the songs. If that doesn't matter, you just need a break, then you just stop, because I provide a natural pause here. And also just a comment that, I'm trying to have the volume fairly low so it's not overpowering, but if you want your music louder, adjust your own volume settings. Okay. So that was dive in, and let's do some power tools, and we'll do it to a little Michael Jackson. So let's see. All right, this seems to be what I do with power tools. Is you imagine you're using different tools and doing the movements, and so I don't know, I always seem to end up doing things that are like demolition. So maybe I'm just in that mood, I don't know. But like, what would you do like a jackhammer, right? You hold it and it goes down like that. If you have a wrecking ball, you just swing it. Of course, now they have like, big machines that do some of this work. But we're just going to do some power tools. Maybe you get a hammer and you start like a sledgehammer to break stuff up. Or when we're building, then we have, a regular hammer and nail, or like one of those drills where you put the screws in. So just follow my movements. And if there's a power tool that you know how to do and you like that, do your own thing with it. All right, here we go. Power tools. Let's see, all right. All right. Let's start putting up some spread for water. Let's lift it up. Start banging it in place. Switch hands. Another one. Some painting. This is paint can. Pick up your brush, get some paint on it. Make those little spots. Wipe the drips off. All right. Let's sand some wood. So, machine. Let's do it by hand. Get some sandpaper and all right. I've got a little more demolition. Let's go wrecking ball. Let's try. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Good therapy of just breaking stuff up. And of course, sometimes we do more constructive things in power tools. All right. Let's see. How are we time-wise? All right, let's do some dance party. That just feels like the right thing for right now. And that. So dance party is where you stand up, you can follow me, you can do your thing. And if you like, put us all on gallery view so you can see everybody. But you may want to have it on speaker view where you see me larger, just to follow what I'm doing. But free dance, come out of the chair if you want to. And this is how I feel about all of you and teaching on Ageless Grace. This song really says it all. We are family.
We are family. just begun to get our share of this world's delight. High hopes we had for the future and our goals in sight. We know we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. We are family. Sing it to me. I got all my sisters with me. Sing it to me. We are family. I can hear you, guys. Get up, everybody, and sing. We have faith in you and the things you do. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, y'all. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got my sisters with me. I got all my sisters with me.
Wow. Little dance party there. Catch your breath. Remember what's next.
Glitters on the sky, burning in your eyes. You look at me, babe, I wanna catch on.
All right. See where we are time-wise. All right, we'll kind of switch gears here for a little bit of a slowdown. And yeah, I think okay, changing my order here a little bit. So this is Lady Gaga and another love song. And what we're going to do with this one is Yo Baby. So I'm from New York, and that's what people say there. I don't know if they still do, but like yo, you know, like hello you, right? But Yo Baby is kind of like yoga, but our version, our more creative version of yoga done in a chair. So here we go. Let's see. That's good.
Like California gold, you found the light in me that I couldn't find. So when I'm all choked up, but I can't find the words.
Breathe and lift.
Every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down
Breathe forward,
and
stretch.
the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way.
Circle.
Lovers in the night, poets trying to write. We don't know how to rhyme, but damn, we try. But all I really know, you're where I wanna go.
Let's stretch it out.
The part of me that's you will never die. So when I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way. Oh yeah, I don't wanna be just a memory, baby.
Turning over. A little more of the leg here. Lift and stretch.
When I'm all choked up and I can't find the
Stretch.
words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes
Lift your
down
feet.
and the band won't
Your choice.
I'll always remember us this way.
Catch your breath for a sec. All right, so that was Yo Baby. For our last movement in Ageless Grace, we're going to do another free-form movement today called Express Yourself. So dance party was definitely a form of express yourself. This one we do probably in a chair, but again, if you feel moved to stand up, you can. And so just a beautiful song that I think is also very spiritual and loving, called You Raise Me Up. So express yourself. Did you ever have a secret dream to be a dancer or be on stage, or just not even perform, but just maybe in front of your friends or your family, just like really let yourself just feel and move with your feelings? So here's an invitation to express yourself. No one is judging you here. This is just your chance to get into your feelings and express your heart. So let's do a little bit with that.
There's a calm surrender.
Oops, that's not the song I want.
To the and I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can't stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
And the violin with me.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
All right. So leaving you with a little heart opening there. I hope you could feel the love and inspiration in that song. Hope you've enjoyed the class. And that is our Ageless Grace for today. So again, you can request the recording, and it's different every time because I play different music. Today was a little bit more, again, passion, drama. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's a little bit more playful or just different moods. Yeah, you're welcome, Sherry. Yeah. So I'm teaching
Thank
Ageless
you.
Grace. You're welcome. You are very welcome. Good.
Very enjoyable.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. So I'm teaching this class. This is Wednesday morning. I teach the same time on Saturday, and we've added a new class because this is popular. Tomorrow at, well, it's 10:30 my time, 12:30 Eastern. So kind of midday for a lot of people, depending on your time zone. And yeah, I also teach Qigong. And later today, I teach a class, which I'm teaching once a week on self-healing through touch. So, you know, I teach movement of different kinds. I'm an energy healer and holistic practitioner. So I'm sharing different parts of my background and my knowledge with you on Get Set Up. So thank you all for being here. Remember, you did have a workout, so stay hydrated. And oh, wow. Yeah. So Bunny just shared that she came anyway, doing it with one hand. And how was it? I guess it was okay because you're still here. And that's the thing about dancing, moving in a chair, is we can do it with certain injuries. We have to be careful, of course. And you can always do a smaller, little more subdued version as you like. But thank you for being here despite that. And any other questions, anything else before we wrap up for today? And remember, you can always get the recording. Good. I'm glad you liked it, Sharon. Yeah. So, yeah. And again, just remember to try and get to class if you can by the hour or no later than 5 minutes after, because then you'll be put in a waiting room and you may be delayed. And we don't want you to have a delay. We want you to get right in. You are welcome, Gail. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everybody. And keep on moving. Remember, you can do your own Ageless Grace anytime. Get your chair, get your music, do some spaghetti spine, do some dive in, do some Tri Chi or Yo Baby. All right. Take care, everyone. Be well. And bye for now.